Beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the merger of two massive DVD movie collections, as well as the formal joining of two hearts in holy matrimony. Please join James and Katie as they begin this road trip of a lifetime. However, I must warn you all, they don't like backseat drivers. It is here amongst the garden, the flowers, the trees, and the dinosaurs that James and Katie will take the next great step in their lives together. I've had the honor of performing quite a few weddings, even with some of those in attendance today. However, I can certainly say without a doubt that none have been more exciting to be a part of. Knowing both James and Katie personally for a number of years, it's easy to see why they have agreed to join together as one. As many of you know, the relationship just plain works. Now, this isn't easily said about any couple, and the fact that they've put up with each other for over 3 years and counting speaks volumes about their tolerance. Before they head off on their trip, we can describe their love for each other like a car key. If you take a moment to pull your car keys out of your pocket, take a good look. No, seriously, we'll wait. James, may I have your car keys, please?
Always has his car keys.
If you look closely, there are numerous ridges and valleys all along the key that must match perfectly with the ignition for you to start your car. Likewise, James and Katie's relationship functions in the exact same way. Where one may have a valley in their personality, the other has a peak to compensate. It is this perfect combination of the two that, when combined, will allow them to start their car and take the road trip of a lifetime. Now, if anyone would like to decorate the groom's car after the ceremony, I'll be auctioning his keys after the ceremony. It is important to realize that as James and Katie proceed to merge their lives together, in order to begin their trip, they had to pack their bags. James comes prepared and ready to go with his son Connor, and Katie comes complete with a very close inner circle of family. Although others are along for the ride, Katie and James will always be driving down the road together. And heaven help them if someone tries to change the radio station, they might just be asked to drive in the trunk. Although road trips may be fun, there are always unexpected circumstances that may force them to take a detour. So long as they are together, the detours are what will make the trip memorable and fun. As they pull off unexpectedly, or as Katie forces James to pull over and ask for directions, those bumps in the road are what they'll remember the most as they travel through life together. Because no road trip is complete without snacks, and because, well, Katie's been skittish around fire ever since James had to extinguish the flames of her cars a few years ago, the bride and groom have opted to skip the Unity candle ceremony and instead will build a Unity sandwich together.
Oh my God.
Now, as James and Katie build their sandwich, it's important to realize exactly what this symbolizes. The two slices of bread are just like Katie and James themselves. Apart, they're okay, nothing too fancy, just bread. But when they put them together with the meat, cheese, and condiments of life, together they form something unique and delicious.
Who's that?
The saltiness of the ham represents the occasional discord between them, and the Swiss cheese represents the smoky sweetness of the good times. Without the holes in the Swiss cheese, letting the flavor of the bad times through, they just simply wouldn't be able to appreciate the good times they have together. May neither of you ever pick apart your sandwich and nibble, but instead consume it as a whole as you live life to its fullest.
You want a bite? Do you approve?
You can really taste the good times.
Oh, wait.
That's me.
He's choking on our unity.
That was me. Punch round, no punch back.
Now, before the diet road trip leaves the driveway, the bride will recite a pre-trip poem she has prepared.
I didn't prepare it. Found it and I changed it to work for us. Do I need that? Yeah. Okay. It's called Yes, I'll Marry You by Pam somebody. I changed some words so that it works for us. Yes, I'll marry you, my dear, and here's the reason why. So I can push you out of bed if Connor starts to cry. And if we hear a knocking and it's creepy and it's late, I hand you the flashlight and you investigate. Yes, I'll marry you, my dear. You may not comprehend it, but when the dryer goes, it's you that has to mend it. You have to face the neighbor should our cats attack him, and if a drunkard fondles me, it's you that has to whack him. Yes, I'll marry you. You're viral, but less than lean. Our house is like a pigsty. You can help to keep it clean. That yummy grilled steak dinner, which you served by candlelight, as I do takeout pizza, you can cook it every night. It's you who has to work the drill and put up curtain track, and when I'm having PMS, it's you who gets the flack. I do see great advantages, but none of them for you, and so before you see the light, I do.
Now, James, do you take Katie to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love and to hold, to honor and cherish, in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
Do you always agree to be the temperature gauge, keeping Katie within tolerable limits, to always pull over for directions when asked, even though you really do know where you are, to be the one to take the blame if you hit a few pedestrians along the way, and do you promise to be the air in her tires? Now, Katie, do you take James to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love and to hold, to honor and cherish, in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
Do you promise to always be the one to speak to the cops if you get pulled over on this road trip?
I do.
Do you promise to always buy James boar's head meats for his public sub, even though no one can really tell the difference?
Thank you.
To be the one to curse like a sailor when somebody cuts you off? And to constantly have correct change for the toll roads?
I do. I will.
And who has the little metal tires for this lifelong road trip?
Thank you. Yeah, hold on.
Now, I promise you can build what you want.
As these rings symbolize the trip that you are taking, may they also serve as a road sign to everyone that you are both traveling with a partner. Sorry, no hitchhikers. James, please place the ring on Katie's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring.
Give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end,
This ring has no end.
my love is also forever.
Love is also forever.
Katie, please place the ring on James's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring. Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end,
This ring has no end.
my love is also forever.
My love is also forever.
By the power vested in me by the state of Florida and the Automobile Association of America, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now change your Facebook status from "It's complicated" to "Married." And James, you may kiss the bride. It is my pleasure to introduce for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Diet. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, if you would care to purchase the duplicate DVDs from their remaining DVD collection, please join the bridal party this evening for dinner at the California Grill, located in the Port Orange Pavilion, tonight at 5:30.